Welcome, adventurers. I wanted to do something different since it's summertime now. And so I took all of this stuff and I made this. I know it's different. It's something new for me. I don't really do a lot of flocking of any kind, let alone a whole video about it. But I wanted to fill in some gaps, so to speak, in my other builds. So I took some measurements and realized that 26 centimeters by 26 centimeters made a great square. And that square fit great in another project I built. Now this is Ready Board. A lot of you are familiar with it. It is what you get at the dollar store here in the US. Might be called something else wherever you live, but doubtful. Now I take some medium density chipboard of the same 26 by 26 centimeter measurements and glue it heavily to the still papered side of the foam core. Now I do that because I want to have a little rigidity, and foam core by itself would probably be a bit too weak. So lots and lots and lots and some more. Now I gotta weight that down with something heavy, and well, I have a few things that are pretty heavy laying around, so I use those. Now when it's fully cured, I want to make sure I protect the foam with some Mod Podge, and this is a Mod Podge I have that's actually mixed with oil, water, and brown paint. I use it for anything that's like earth type terrains or whatever, dirt. If there's dirt underneath, that's what goes on it, so that if it chips, it'll look more like that and less like styrofoam, hopefully. Now I'm laying out a path for this park, and basically I just line up center to center, go on the outside of it, and make a line up to where I want the path to stop, and I do that again on the opposite side. And here you can see I create a path that comes in from opposite corners and from one side in the center. I want to have a curve in the sidewalk area, so I use a smaller bottle of Eileen's tacky glue and use that as the radius to make the circle. Using same side glue, I start following what I drew out. I do that to remind you to subscribe, and if you're interested, Patreon, because I've got a few people there and they're awesome. But anyway, glue on regular rocks that I got out of a thing of filtered tube sand, and here I'm smearing more glue after I let the first glue dry with the rocks on it. Yeah, that's not very exciting, I know. And then sand from the tube sand. I know, this is pretty basic stuff. So, to give you a little insight, I'm working 2 jobs right now, and my computer decided to also go haywire for my editing, which made this a lot more delayed than I wanted it to be, and so I apologize for that. Fortunately, I did get this video fully made, but it took a lot longer than I wanted, and so to all of the people who actually subscribe to me and enjoy my content, I'm sorry, and also thank you. This is a very simple thing. I like doing it. I don't do it very often, but I very much enjoy flocking. But it doesn't really fit with the things that I generally make. It's hard to have exciting sci-fi garden parks in the apocalypse. So, I'm going to try to do more of this. At least one of my lovely viewers wants more things like this. Speaking of my lovely viewers, here are my novice characters: HM Girl Potpourri, Ryer Tonic, Ian Clark, and Idiot Luggage. Additionally, we have Professor Bleep Bloop as an experienced character, and of course, my legendary character, LAJ. Now here are the glamour shots. I was trying to do a little fun thing with a statue in the park, and I think I nailed that. It was just a 3D file that came with one of my 3D printers, I think. And so I printed it off, painted it kind of a bronzy color, put some, filigree, or not filigree, but, oh goodness, the rust that goes in copper and bronze. If you know what I'm trying to say, please put it in the comments. But maybe sometimes your adventurers just want to take a stroll in the park instead of, I don't know, shooting at each other all the time. But as you see, it fits right in with my road build. And I definitely need to do more with that build. So that's something I intend to do more of. I hope you've enjoyed this. And I apologize for the delays in getting this video out. Again, some of it was technical and some of it's just life. But because of life and what I do now for work, I have different and interesting materials that I'm going to bring to the table for my next build. hopefully you'll like what I throw out. Well, if you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe, all the things. Hit the bell notification, Patreon, Otherwise, go have an adventure in crafting.